All right, I had a fun article opportunity, and it came out this morning on The Athletic. The 2019 versus the 2022 49ers defense. A lot of people are talking about this right now. A lot of people are saying, hey, this 2022 49ers defense is the best one the 49ers have ever had under Kyle Shanahan. They're giving up the fewest points per game. They're shutting opponents out, 4 straight second half shutouts. That's only been done 8 times since the merger in NFL history. And I get it, but something just didn't sit right with me when I kept on hearing all these arguments about how great the 2022 defense was, because I watched tape, I watched these games, and I remember how overpowering the 2019 defense was for the 49ers, especially when they were healthy. And that was, in general, the first 12 weeks of the season. And I decided to delve into the numbers to see, where if you look under the hood, you see where each unit's strengths and weaknesses lie. And then you have an answer as to which unit is stronger. And then on top of that, what this 2022 defense is going to have to do to reach the levels that I remember from that 2019 defense. And I also wanted to make sure that my memory wasn't compromised. Sometimes we put roses around the past and you think something is better than it actually was. But my suspicions were verified when I looked at this. And I thought that it was a perfect time to write this article because we're entering a game in which the 49ers defense has a chance for atonement. 5 weeks ago, they got their asses kicked by the Kansas City Chiefs. That was an elite offense. Fast forward to now, another elite offense is coming to town in the Miami Dolphins. In between those two games, 4 straight times the 49ers defense has posted a second half shutout. That is an impressive streak. 49ers also have not given up a point in 94 minutes of in-game time. So all of that is wildly impressive. But now against the Dolphins and Tua Tagovailoa, Mike McDaniel, Raheem Mostert, Jeff Wilson Jr., Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, you name the player, there's speed on this Miami team. Against this Miami team, the 49ers will have a chance to maybe not fully put that Chiefs game to rest. You might have to play the Chiefs in the Super Bowl and beat them to put that to rest, but the 49ers can win over, a lot of the remaining doubters of their defense against Miami on Sunday at Levi Stadium. So I thought it was a great time to write this article that compared 2019 with 2022. So if you want to read it, I'm going to go ahead and put it in the comments section, and then we'll talk a little bit about what's under the hoods of both of these defenses. There you go. Comment section, you have it. theathletic.com. So go ahead and subscribe and check it out, and let's talk 2019 versus 2022 49ers defense. All right, here are the metrics. You can zoom in on this if you need to. The one thing that people need to remember, and you look at the top right here, 49ers, this is 2022 is the first column, 2019 is the second column in orange, and 2019 prime, so that's the first 12 weeks, weeks 1 through 12, that's in gray over here on the right. So I felt it necessary to subdivide this into 3 splits for analysis purposes. 49ers lead the league in points allowed per game, number 1 here in 2022. Points per drive, number 1 in 2022. Expected points added per game on defense, that's a bit more nuanced. That's going to start to look at, does a team gain 3 or 5 yards on 3rd and 4? 49ers are number 4, still a top 5 defense. That's good. DVOA is defense adjusted, or in this case, offense adjusted, but we still call it DVOA. 49ers ranked number 6, so that's good. Success rate, that's the amount of the rate of plays, the percentage of plays on which you log a positive EPA for your defense. 49ers really good there. They're consistent. They're number 2. But then you see them drop down here a little bit. And their takeaways per game and their sacks per game, and this is EPA generated by takeaways and EPA generated by sacks, ranks number 15 and number 12, respectively. So there is still meat left on the bone for this 2022 49ers defense because their pass rush has not been as good as 2019, especially 2019 in its prime. You look over here, 2019 in its prime, 49ers generated over a touchdown worth of expected points just through sacks alone per game. And sacks, as we know, and pass rush pressure is correlated with takeaways. So that 2019 defense was better at the takeaway aspect of stuff. They're generating 10 points per game through takeaways. That was number 3. So number 1 in sacks, number 3 in takeaways during the 2019 prime for the 49ers defense. And because of that, look at this EPA number. Look at the third row. The 49ers defense, when it was at its best under Robert Saleh in 2019, was generating 14.7 expected points per game. That's over 2 touchdowns worth of points. This 49ers defense, despite letting up fewer points, when you look at the most, the more advanced metrics, the ones that are probably going to be more predictive and will tell you a little bit more about what this defense is all about. This defense is generating 4.6 points, expected points per game. So the 2019 prime 49ers defense was over 10 expected points better per game than what we've seen so far out of 2022. Now, the 2022 units numbers would get better if you tossed out the Chiefs game, obviously. That was a disastrous performance. And a lot of people, including the 49ers, would argue that it was an anomaly. Why was it an anomaly? Because Nick Bosa didn't really practice that week. Because Charvarius Ward didn't really practice that week. Because a lot of guys were coming off of injuries and, still had some rust to knock off. And there's a convincing argument to be made that really did impact the 49ers in a negative way. But that's why we're bringing this article to light this week, because they get to play another elite offense in the Miami Dolphins. It is a chance for the defense to prove that they, in fact, are elite. They were elite for 5 weeks. They certainly weren't elite in week 6 and 7 against the Falcons and the Kansas City Chiefs. Past 4 weeks, well, I would say that 4 straight second half shutouts is elite performance. So give the 49ers defense credit for that. But it's now December. It's December 1st. So it's fitting that we're talking about this. Contenders and pretenders are separated in December. Weather gets worse. It's raining outside. It might rain at the game on Sunday for 49ers Dolphins. And we're really going to find out what this 49ers team is all about. Here's another efficiency chart. The 49ers defensive balance from 2000 and let's just look at the whole Shanahan-Lynch era, 2017 to 2022. These are DVOA ranks. So red is bad, blue is good. There's been an interesting inversion in the 49ers defense. Look at 2019. They were number 2 against the pass, number 9 against the run. Look what they are this year. Number 10 against the pass, number 2 against the run. The 49ers run defense has improved over the years, especially the past 2 years. They've been elite run defensively. This is what I like to call the Arik Armstead effect. He is awesome against the run. He's better than DeForest Buckner was against the run. The 49ers pass rush, though, has gotten worse. Obviously, losing Buckner hurts in that regard, and they had Dee Ford back when they were number 2 in pass defense in 2019. It was a pass rush fueled team. But the 49ers surge to better run defense has opened up a new realm of possibilities for this team. There's a higher ceiling here now if the 49ers can rediscover a little bit more of that pass rush that they used to have. So take this DVOA of pass defense from number 10 to number 5, which they certainly can do over the course of the end of the season because they're playing a good pass offense in Miami. If they register a good performance, the 49ers will shoot up these rankings. Well, then all of a sudden you're going to have this defense rank in the top 2 and potentially even number 1 at the end of the season by the advanced metrics. So the inversion is really, really interesting to me. And so is the matchup because 49ers and Dolphins is a litmus test. And we talk about the Arik Armstead effect. He's going to come back. And if there's a guy that can supercharge this 49ers pass rush, it is Arik Armstead. I mean, he's a snowplow, right? That's the analogy I'm using all week. Snowplow effect, 6'8", wingspan, crash the line, open up matchups for Nick Bosa, Sansa Ebukam. And the matchup of this game, people ask me how the 49ers are going to stop the Dolphins. Well, they're going to try to stop them by taking advantage of the tackle situation where Teron Armstead, he's either not going to play or he's going to play with a torn pectoral muscle. He's their star left tackle. Things get a lot worse without him. Austin Jackson almost certainly won't play. He's their starting right tackle. Greg Little and Brandon Shell have not been good in relief. You operate with a disciplined pass rush against a beleaguered line, and it has to be disciplined because Tua is better at avoiding sacks than almost anybody in the NFL. That's how you win this game. Now, you got to have help from your coverage if you're the 49ers, because Tua's going to go quick snap to release. 2.6 seconds snap to release has been average for Tua Tagovailoa. That's a top 5 number. So this is up. This is the Miko Ryan showcase game. It's a Charvarius Ward showcase game. Diamond Lenore, Jimmy Ward, all those guys have to, absolutely have to step up and execute a game plan that takes away the short passing game. Beyond just taking it away, or maybe just to specify that goal, you have to discourage Miami from going short, and getting the ball out quickly and not letting Nick Bosa do his thing against the offensive line. You have to jump on a few. You have to dissuade Tua Tagovailoa and Mike McDaniel from going short game. You have to encourage him to sit back in the pocket, because once he has to sit back in the pocket, that's when you could take advantage of your biggest advantage in this game, and that is the pass rush against the edge rushers. So that is what the 49ers must do in this litmus test. And this right here is a comparison of the 49ers 2019 defense against their 2022 unit. Why don't you go ahead and take a look at that? I'm going to put it in the description, also copying and pasting it into the comment section right now. Boom. There you go. And here is my message to you. Subscribe to The Athletic. I believe we're at about $1 a month again. I think the Christmas sale is on now. So go ahead and check it out. Can the 49ers defense rival its 2019 prime? Test versus the Dolphins could provide the answer. Check it out. Sub to The Athletic. I'm putting that link into the comment section as we speak, and I will put it into the description as well right when I sign off. Off to the facility. Stay tuned for more updates. Everybody take care.